Myself Nimisha J. Patel, Assistant Professor in Electrical Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. I deliver a video lecture on Power System 2. Now flow of contents. Chapter number 2, Representation of a Power System Components. In this chapter, we study synchronous machine, phasor diagram of synchronous generator, circuit model of round rotor synchronous generator, simplified circuit model of round rotor synchronous generator, motoring operation of synchronous machine connected to infinite bus, phasor diagram of synchronous generator feeding constant power as excitation is varied and large power factor and power control. Now first we see the synchronous machine. We learned synchronous machine in previous semester. Now we see the application, how it work in power system. Okay, we learn about the how synchronous machine work in power system. The synchronous machine is almost important element of the power system. Where it is connected in power system? In power system, synchronous machine is work as a motor as well as a generator. In synchronous machine, when work as a generator, then it generate electricity. How it generate electricity? The shaft of synchronous machine is connected with a prime mover. Okay, when prime mover rotate, that times synchronous machine's rotor is also rotate, and when in stator winding excitation is provided. So here when flux is produced, that times what happen? The conductor is moved in magnetic field. So magnetic field cut by the conductor and EMF is produced in conductor. Okay. Now and electricity is fed in network and we use easily. Okay. Now in the case of motor, it draws electrical power from the network and converts it into the mechanical form. The machine excitation which controllable determines the flow of VARs into or out of the machine. Now we see the excitation of synchronous machine is how is controllable. Now DC machine is a work as a exciter. Okay. Now in exciters field we connected in series rheostat, variable rheostat. When vary the value of rheostat, then field current is varied and excitation also varied of synchronous machine. Okay. Now we shall present here a simplified circuit model of the machine which with suitable modification whenever necessary. For a study purpose, we make a simplified circuit model and we changes some modification when we need. Okay. Now we see the schematic cross-sectional diagram of a synchronous machine. In this machine, we see the schematic diagram of a round rotor synchronous machine. We see here is the rotor, here is the stator. Okay. In rotor, DC excitation is given. Here is the three winding, stator winding AA dash, BB dash and CC dash. Now AA dash, BB dash and CC dash are out of phase of 120 degree. Okay. Now Now we see the stator has a balanced three-phase winding A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay. The winding zone is a concentrated one, while the winding in an actual machine is distributed across the stator periphery. The rotor zone is a cylindrical one, round rotor or non-salient pole rotor with rotor winding excited by the DC sources. It's we see in diagram. Okay, the rotor winding is so arranged on rotor periphery that the field excitation produces nearly sinusoidally distributed flux per pole in the air gap. Okay, the flux is produced. The field excitation also produce nearly sinusoidally distributed flux per pole in the air gap. As the rotor rotates, three-phase EMFs are produced in the stator winding. Since the machine is balanced and balance loading will be considered, it can be modeled on per phase basis for the reference phase A. Okay, per phase analysis we study per phase analysis in first chapter. We use this per phase study, per phase analysis, and we take a reference phase A. Okay. In a machine more than two poles, the above defined structure repeats electrically for every pair of poles. The frequency of the induced EMF is given by F is equal to Np divided by 120 Hz, where N is equal to synchronous speed and P is equal to numbers of pole. Here is a schematic diagram. Now synchronous machine. On no load, the voltage EF induced in the reference phase a lag 90 degree behind phi F. What is phi F? The field flux which produces it and is proportional to phi F. EF because of phi F, EF is induced. Okay, whenever we study Faraday's law, and according to Faraday's law, whenever flux cut, then EMF is induced. So here EMF is EF and reference phase A lags 90 degree behind phi F, and which produces it and is proportional to phi F. That means EF proportional to phi F. If the magnetic circuit is assumed to be unsaturated, this phasor relationship is indicated on figure. Obviously, the terminal voltage VT is equal to EF. Okay, here we see the EF as a reference. Then 90 degree behind of EF, phi F is represented. Okay, and in no load condition, terminal voltage VT is equal to ER. Now as balanced steady state is drawn from the three-phase stator winding, the stator current produce synchronously rotating flux phi A per pole. Speed of phi A is what is? Synchronous speed in the direction of rotation of the rotor, and its flux direction is which direction? The direction of rotation of the rotor. Okay. This flux is called armature reaction flux, is therefore stationary with respect to field flux phi F. It intuitively follow that phi A is in phase with a phase A current IA which causes it. Okay. So here is phi A is what is? The flux in A winding. Okay, armature winding. Okay. So here is current is produced. Which current is produced? IA, because of what? phi A. Okay. So here is phi A proportional to Ia. Now since the magnetic circuit has been assumed to be unsaturated, the superposition principle is applicable so that the resultant air gap flux is phi r given by the phasor sum of phi A plus phi F. Okay. Further assuming that the armature leakage reactance and resistance are negligible. So phi r induces the armature EMF which equals the terminal voltage Vt. Phasor diagram under loaded condition showing fluxes, current and voltages as in figure. Okay. Here we see what we take a reference, terminal voltage we take as a reference. Okay. Now phi F. What is Vt? Vt is, here we see the Vt as a, here we see Et in diagram. Okay. Vt terminal voltage. Now what happened? Flux first what happened? Phi F is produced. So phi F is, here we draw the phi F. Okay. And then phi A is produced and Ia is produced. So here is resistance and reactance is what is negligible. So here is a phi A and Ia are in phase. Okay. Now so here in direction of phi A we draw the sum of we find the sum of resultant phi flux. So we draw the phi r in phi r in diagram. Then we add phi A with phi F. So we draw the head of phi F. We draw phi A in direction of original phi A. Now tail of phi F and head of phi A are connected, and so we have a phi R. We have a phi R. Okay. So vector addition of phi R is what is phi F plus phi A. Okay. Diagram, in the diagram we see very well. Now what is, here is the Ia. Ia into XA. Ia into XA addition of vector Vt. Then resultant of vector Vt and JIA XA. We have a EMF EF. Okay. Here is the JIA XA is equal to what is, we write as a minus EA. Okay. Here is phi is what? Power factor angle. Here is phi is power factor angle. Sorry, theta is power factor angle. Delta is what is torque angle. Angle by which ET leads we called load angle or torque angle. Delta mainly determine the power delivered by the generator, and the magnitude of EF determines the VARs delivered by it. Okay. Because of the assumed linearity of magnetic circuit, voltage phasor VF, EA and VT are proportional to flux phasor, EF proportional to phi F, EA proportional to phi A and VT proportional to phi R. Okay. Now further, voltage phasor lag 90 degree behind flux phasor. It therefore easily follows from figure that AB what is minus EA. Okay. AB what is minus EA is proportional to phi A. Okay. and 90-degree leading phi A with the direction of phasor AB indicated on the diagram we see. So AB is equal to what is JIA into XA, where XA is the constant proportionality. Okay. Now, in terms of the above definition of XA, we can directly write the following expression for voltage without the need of invoking the flux phasor. Okay, from phasor diagram, we write the Vt is equal to vector sum of EF and JIA XA. So here is we write the Vt is equal to what is EF minus JIA into XA. We see in the phasor diagram. Okay, where EF is what is voltage induced by field flux phi F. It is no load EMF. The circuit model is drawn in figure wherein XA is interpreted as the inductive reactance which account for the effect of armature reaction, thereby avoiding the need of restoring to addition of flux. Okay. Here we write what is VEF is generator. Okay. Generator EMF. XA what is reactance and VT is a terminal voltage. So here we write VT is equal to what is VF minus JIA into XA. Okay. Now the circuit can be easily modified to include the effect of armature leakage reactance and resistance to give the complete circuit model of the synchronous generator. The the total reactance is what is XA plus XL, armature reactance and line reactance. So addition of XA is equal to XA plus XL is equal to XS and is called the synchronous reactance of the machine. Now equation become terminal voltage of equation become what is Vt is equal to EF. Here is the resistance and reactance. Resistance considered. In this equation, Vt is equal to EF minus JIA XA. Here is the resistance is neglected. And in next slide, we see the Vt is equal to what is? We have a XS, means XS is equal to what is XA plus XL. The circuit can be easily modified to include the effect of armature reactance and resistance to give the complete circuit model of synchronous generator. The total reactance is what is XA plus XL is equal to XS, called the synchronous reactance of the machine. Here we circuit model of the round rotor synchronous generator. Here XS is include and also RA is include. Consider. Okay. XS is equal to what is XA plus XL. Okay. So here is equation become what is Vt is equal to EF minus XSIA minus IA into RA. Okay. So this model of the synchronous machine can be further modified to account the effect of magnetic saturation where the principle of superposition does not hold. Now armature resistance RA is invariably neglected in power system studies. Therefore, in the place of the circuit model, the simplified circuit model of above figure will be used throughout for a study purpose. The corresponding phasor diagram is given. The field induced EMF EF lead the terminal voltage Vt by the torque angle delta. This in fact is the condition for the active power to flow of the generator. Okay. Here is we see the simplified circuit model of round rotor. Okay. Now here we neglected resistance and EF generator, EMF. Xs is what is Xs is equal to XL plus XA. Okay. So here is equation become Vt is equal to what is EF minus Ia into Xs, and here this are in as a represented as a phasor diagram. Okay, Vt is the what is terminal voltage as a reference. Now out theta degree leading Ia current. So here Ia into Xs adding with Vt, and EF we meet the summation of Vt plus JIA Xs is equal to EF. Okay, which is represented by the phasor diagram we see. It may be noted that Vt now leads EF by delta. This in fact in the condition for power to flow into motor terminals. Now the flow of reactive power and terminal voltage of a synchronous machine is mainly controlled by means of its excitation. Okay, from which quantity control the reactive power and terminal voltage excitation of the machine. Okay, here is we see the simplified circuit model of round rotor and synchronous generator. Okay, now synchronous machine as a working as a motoring operation. So here is the same as generator, but here current direction is different from generator. Here is the current direction is that direction. So equation become what is Vt is equal to EF plus Is into Xs. Here is the same phasor diagram as a motoring action. In motoring action, motor take electricity and give mechanical power. So here is the Vt as a reference. Here is the direction of Ia change. So Ia is a lead, and here is the what is addition of Vt J Ia into Xs. So here is the what meant EF. Okay, this is the motoring operation of a synchronous machine. Okay, now synchronous machine connected to infinite bus. What is infinite bus? That means our system, power system is a which power system? Interconnected power system. Okay, this bus is called the infinite bus. That means numbers of bus are connected. Now synchronous, when we generated electricity, and then what we done, we connected synchronous machine parallel with other synchronous machine working as a generator. So numbers of generator are connected in infinite bus as a parallel connection. Okay, so normally a synchronous generator operates in parallel with other generator connected to the power system. For simplicity of operation, we shall consider a generator connected to an infinite bus as shown in figure. Here we see the generator connected with infinite bus. Okay, here is the infinite bus, and here is the synchronous machine connected with a infinite bus through reactance. Okay, now as infinite bus means a large system whose voltage and frequency remain constant independent of the power exchange between the synchronous machine and the bus. What is a large system whose voltage and frequency remain constants independent of power exchange between them? Okay, we already know when two generators are connected with a parallel, that times some conditions are satisfied. And which conditions are satisfied? Voltage of both of generators are same, frequency of both of generators are same. Okay, and phase sequence Also same both synchronous machine. Okay. Now consider now a synchronous generator feeding constant active power into infinite bus. As the machine excitation is varied, armature current Ia and angle theta is varied. That means power factor change in some manner as to keep. Okay. So what is active power? Vt, terminal voltage, into armature current Ia into cos theta is equal to constant, and this called is active power. Okay. Now here synchronous machine connected to infinite bus. It means that since Vt is fixed, the projection Ia cos theta of the phasor Ia on Vt remain constant. Okay. While the excitation is varied, phasor diagram corresponding to high, medium and low excitation are represented in figure. The phasor diagram corresponding to the unity power factor case, it is obvious from the phasor diagram that for the excitation, we see the diagram, phasor diagram of synchronous generator feeding constant power as excitation is varied. When excitation is varied, so here is first diagram, we see the under excitation. Okay, here is the normal excitation and here is the over excitation. And now we see the in under excitation what is Vt as a reference and Ia. Okay, so here is the power factor is, what is power factor? Angle between voltage and current. Here so power factor is leading power factor when under excited, when synchronous machine working in under excitation, and normal excitation, here we see the Vt and Ia is in phase. So here is the unity power factor. When synchronous machine working as a normal excitation, that time the synchronous machine work as a unity power factor, and when over excited, that times the power Ia lagging by Vt by theta degree. So here is the lagging power factor. When the lagging power factor, when synchronous machine working as a in over excited. So we see here in phasor diagram, when under excited system, that times the leading power factor, when normal excitation, then unity power factor, and over excitation lagging power factor. Okay, so here we see the EF cos delta is equal to Vt. Okay. Now this is defined as a normal excitation. Okay, we see what is under excitation and normal excitation. Under excitations, here we describe. Okay, when normal excitation, we see the unity power factor. Okay, for the over excited case, EF cos delta greater than Vt. Okay, EF cos delta greater than Vt. Over excitation, EF cos delta is greater than by Vt, and in under excitation, what is Vt? Et is less than Vt. Okay, over excitation, what is Et is greater than Vt, and in under excitation, Et is less than Vt. Okay. Now figure show the overexcited and underexcited cases of synchronous motor with constant power drawn from the infinite bus. In the overexcited case, Ia leads Vt. Okay, that means motor draw negative reactive power factor, while in the underexcited case Ia lags Vt. That means the motor draw positive reactive power factor. Positive reactive power. Okay, when overexcited, then motor draw negative reactive power and motor draw positive when under excited case, the motor draw positive reactive power. Okay. Next is phasor diagram of synchronous motor. Power as excitation is varied. Okay. Now here is the overexcited case and next is under excited case. Okay. Phasor diagram. First, in overexcited, what is Vt? Vt greater than Et. Here is Vt as a what is reference. Okay. And Ia lead in an overexcited. So here is Ia into Xa. We draw the Ia into Xa with angle of 90 degree of Ia. Okay. So this direction, here is the Vt and we draw the Ia into Xa. So here is the resultant is a Ef. Now in an under excitation, what is Vt greater than Ef. Okay. From the above discussion, we can draw the general conclusion that the synchronous machine, while operating at constant power, supply positive reactive power into the bus bar when over excited, and under excited machine on the other hand feed negative reactive power into the bus bar. Okay. Consider now the power delivered by a synchronous generator to an infinite bus, means P is equal to what is Vt, terminal voltage, into Ia cos theta. So the above expression we can write in the more useful form. The phasor geometry, from phasor geometry, what is Vf divided by what is P is equal to what is Vt Ia cos theta. Okay. So from phasor diagram, Ef divided by sin 90 plus theta is equal to Ia into Xs divided by sin delta. Okay. We have a equation. What is equation? Here is the Ef cos delta is equal to Vt. Okay. So here the equation Ef is equal to Ef divided by sin 90 plus theta is equal to Ia into Xs divided by sin delta. Okay. So now Ia into cos theta, here is sin 90 plus theta is equal to what is cos. That means Ia cos theta is equal to what is Ia cos theta. Xs r goes in downside. So E and sin delta goes to upside. So equation become Ia cos theta is equal to Ef divided by Xs into sin delta. So what is P is equal to what is Ef Vt divided by Xs into sin delta. The pole of P versus delta is called the power angle curve. Okay. Here is the power angle curve. Okay. Delta versus P. The plot of versus P versus delta. Okay. We saw the power angle curve. The maximum power that can be delivered occurs at delta is equal to 90. Means sin delta, where sin delta is equal to 1, sin 90 is equal to 1. Okay. That means delta is equal to 90. That times the P is maximum. Power getting maximum. So maximum power is equal to P maximum is equal to what is Ef into Vt divided by Xs. Now for P greater than P maximum or delta greater than 19, the generator falls out of step. This problem will be discussed in next chapter. Now we see the power angle curve. Here is the P maximum. Okay. At 90 degree. Now power factor and power control. Now this figure, overexcited, normal excited and underexcited, and this figure, okay, motoring and generating, that times we see the how a synchronous machine power factor changes with excitation for a fixed power exchange. Okay, this do not give us a clue regarding the quantitative value of IA and delta. This can easily be accomplished by recognized from equation number IA cos theta is equal to EF by XS into sine delta. Okay, that EF sine delta is equal to what is IA XS into cos theta is equal to what is IA cos theta. Okay, IA cos theta means P into XS divided by V, constant for constant exchange of power to infinite bus, which EF sin delta is equal to IA into XS cos theta is equal to P into XS divided by VT. Okay, from figure 4.26, this, so the phasor diagram of a generator delivering constant power to infinite bus but with varying excitation. As EF sin delta remains constant, the tip of phasor EF move along a line parallel to VT as excitation is varied. The direction of phasor IA is always 90-degree lagging JIA into XS. Okay, we see the diagram here. Effect of varying excitation of generator delivering constant power to infinite bus. Okay, here we see the VT, here is VT. Okay, first what is as a reference VT? When current is IA1, that times what is, here is the IA1 XS and here is the EF1, and next excitation changes, so IA2. Okay, IA2, here is the IA2 into XS, so here is the what is EF2. Now IA3 means IA1 what is lagging power factor, this is for leading power factor, EF2 is unity power factor, and here is for leading power factor. Okay, that means effect of varying excitation of generator delivering constant power is constant. Okay, here is the power is constant but angle power factor is changed. Okay, case of limiting excitation of generator delivering constant power to infinite bus, here VT. Okay, VT as a what is terminal voltage as a reference, here is the IA. Okay, and here is the direction of an in IA VT, we adding IA into XS, so here is the terminal EF means field EMF. Okay, now the direction of phasor IA is always 90-degree lagging by JIA into XS, and its magnitude is obtained from IA XS divided by XC. So the case of limiting excitation delta is equal to 90. For excitation lower than this value, the generator become unstable. Okay. Similar phasor diagram can be drawn by synchronous motor. Here is the we draw the power factor and power control for synchronous generator. Okay. Similar, we draw the phasor diagram of a motor. Okay. Now another important operating condition is variable power and fixed excitation. In case Vt and EF are fixed, variable power, that means voltage fixed, and excitation fixed, that means EF fixed, while delta and active power vary in according the equation 4.28. okay, from equation this P is equal to EF into Vt divided by Xs into sine delta. Here is what is Vt and EF fix. Okay, and P and delta is change. Okay, it's seen from this diagram that delta increases, current magnitude increases, and power factor improves. Okay. Variable power and fixed excitation. Here is the power operation of synchronous generator with a variable power and fixed excitation. That means EF are fixed. Here we see value of EF is fixed. Okay, EF fixed, and excitation also excitation fixed. That means EF fixed, and Vt also fixed. Terminal supply voltage XO also fixed. That means Vt is fixed, but current is changes. So delta 1 and delta 2, okay, changes. Delta changes, so power also changes. Here so here is the what is first Vt. Okay, Vt, and here is the Ia1 axis. So here is what is Ia1 theta 1. So here Vt and Ia1 angle of Vt and Ia1 is more. Okay, so power factor is what is more. Okay, now for improvement of power factor, here is the Ia2. Angle of Ia2 is changed. Here is the angle theta 2. So here is power factor, what is less power factor, that means improve power factor. Okay, so how we see how in synchronous machine with synchronous machine we improve the power factor with the change of delta, change of theta, and change of in active power. Okay. Now questions covering in this session is: first, explain phasor diagram of synchronous generator, draw and explain circuit model of round rotor synchronous generator and phasor diagram, draw simplified circuit model of round rotor synchronous generator and phasor diagram, draw and explain phasor diagram of motoring operation of synchronous machine, explain synchronous machine connected to infinite bus, draw phasor diagram of synchronous generator feeding constant power as excitation is varying, and last is explain power factor and power control. Thank you.